Leo, welcome to Summertime Tarot. My name is Summer, and this is a general mid-month reading for the month of June. So we're going to take a look at, what's going on with you, any messages or advice that wants to come out. So let's go ahead and get started with an affirmation for you for the remainder of the month. So we have, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Okay. All right. So let's get started. What's going on here? For Leo. Okay, so driving your energy here, we have meditation for peace and serenity with the Nine of Pentacles. So it looks like you're totally in a space where you're really focused on your own kind of peace, serenity. You may be spending a lot of time like alone to yourself, working on yourself, doing things that are, most important to you. All right. Yeah, which makes sense with your affirmation being, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Yeah, so it looks like you're at a space where you're really, I feel, kind of trying to clear out and to let go of like some old stuff, some coming out of a cycle kind of thing. And so mentally here we have transformation and change, with your challenge being the Fool and your advice the King of Swords. So this card has been coming out a lot for everyone. So it looks like you're really at a space where you're like done with all the foolishness, right? You're no longer kind of trying to put your energy and effort into anything that's kind of negative, right? You're not trying to focus on the negative, you're trying to move towards the positive. And with the Fool being here as your challenge, I kind of see like you may have, or you may struggle with kind of letting go of possibly like some resentments, some things that were said in the past or done in the past by, different people. But also I kind of feel you may be having a hard time kind of like relinquishing your fears, kind of letting go of old stuff and kind of letting go of any kind of negative self-talk, anything that's kind of stopping you or blocking you from moving forward, right? And so with the King of Swords here as your advice, I kind of get the feeling it's like really important for you to focus on the logistics, what, you know, like the big picture. Look at the big picture, right? Not really spending too much time focusing on the details, although that's good, you know what I mean? But, you know, think big picture wise, you know, what's most important to you, and like what's going to mean the most in the long run, right? So put your mind and your efforts, your energy into that, not really like the little stuff that may be kind of still lingering around, right? Kind of let that stuff go, clear that stuff out, and focus on big picture. See what's most important and move in that direction. Okay, then here emotionally, here we have joy and delight, with your challenge here being the Nine of Cups and your advice, the King of Wands. Okay, so I feel like you may be having a hard time here with this joy and delight, kind of tapping into the things that make you feel good. Okay, but right, it's really important here to do the things that make you feel good, right? Do the things that bring some joy and delight into your life, right? Make sure you're not, you know, cooped up in the house too much, or focusing too much on like working on yourself, doing, you know, like work, and right, make time for play, make time for like peace and serenity, right? Because we do have meditation for peace and serenity here, right? So make time for yourself to kind of chill out, to mellow out, and like do things that are calming and happy and uplifting, you know, right? Don't spend too much time focusing on all the important stuff, but just make sure you're making time to focus on the little things that make you happy. Okay, and then physically here we have inspiration and courage, with the Queen of Swords here as your challenge, and the advice being the Four of Pentacles. So I feel like with this inspiration and courage, you're doing your best here to kind of tap into your happy space, the things that kind of bring you joy and fulfillment, that uplift your spirits, right? And so with the Queen of Swords here being your challenge, I feel like here you may be having a hard time seeing the bright side of things, or getting inspired or tapping into the things that kind of brighten your day. So with the Four of Pentacles here as your advice here, I feel like it's really important for you to get right grounded. You may be spending a lot of time thinking, planning, figuring out what to do, how to get, you know, how to move in the right direction towards the things that, you know, are good for you, like cultivating your abundance and all that kind of stuff, right? But I feel like you may be spending a lot of time in your head planning, and so just remember to make time to ground your energy and to be in the present moment, and to, right, with this Four of Pentacles, save that coin. Okay, don't be like out here spending too much, right? If you got plans and goals, right, make sure you're saving your money, your energy, all that kind of stuff, and putting it towards the things that you want to see grow. Okay, and so spiritually here we have fire magic. And when I saw this card, the song that popped into my mind was The Fire We Make by what? It's like Alicia Keys and somebody else. So I kind of feel like you're really, with this inspiration and courage being here in your physical, and then fire magic here being in your spiritual, I really feel like you're in a time where you're really getting tapped in and connected to the divine, like the ether, that kind of thing, right? And I feel using your passions and your energies, or at least I feel kind of drawing them in, drawing them towards yourself so that you can focus this energy and effort on the things that you're trying to create for yourself, right? And so with the Five of Swords here being your challenge, I feel like, right, with this Knight of Pentacles as your advice, make sure you're taking your time, right? Don't get too kind of like hectic in your mind, right? Because there's a lot of swords here. So don't get so hectic in your mind, like trying to like move too fast that you kind of make mistakes or cause havoc for yourself that is unnecessary, right? So make sure you're spending time grounding yourself, being present, learning what you need to learn before you like go out and do things, right? And remember, you know, you're not alone, right? You're not doing this by yourself. So don't like kind of shut people out or shut the divine out in your pursuit of your happiness, of your fulfillment and abundance. You get what I'm saying? Right? When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. You know what I mean? Don't like feel like you need to just rely on yourself, right? There are people and the divine is here to help you. So don't feel like you're alone or feel like you have to go at it by yourself. All right, let's go ahead and see what message wants to come through for you. So what's the message here for Leo? What's the message here for Leo? Leo. So we have here the Ace of Wands. It's a lot of fire here. The Five of Swords again. The Chariot. Two of Swords. And the Tower. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is really the message here. Oh wait. Bottom of the deck. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Make sure that you're thinking things through before you make your moves, okay? Spend some time connecting with yourself, connecting with the divine, thinking things out before you actually take action, right? Because I feel here with this Tower here and beside this Two of Swords, you may be in a space where you're kind of doing things. The quote that's coming to my mind is the road to hell was paved with good intentions. So like just make sure that when you're moving, that you're moving not out of like spite or out of like fear or like just make sure you're thinking rationally, okay? Because with the Tower here, especially because this is, you know, more so like the future energy, make sure that, you know, you're thinking things through, you're spending time like connecting with yourself and the divine before you make your moves. You're thinking through your ideas and your inspirations, and but also don't be afraid to move out of fear of how other people will react or see you, okay? Just make sure that you spend time, you know, thinking it through for yourself and feeling it through as well, right? Yeah, and with the Queen of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, I feel like it's important for you to really ground your energy, right? To take note of what's going on around you, as well as what's going on within you, right? Because you may be missing things, or you may be acting or moving out of a space of like fear or anxiety, which could lead to more chaos than necessary. Okay, so just make sure you're thinking things through. Okay, but let's see what self-care activities would be beneficial for you at this time. Oh man. All right. So we have here list. Yeah, so make sure you're making a list of, I feel like, planning out what you want to accomplish, and spending time doing those things each day, right? But also, right, it says, why I'm awesome. Spend some time like affirming yourself. Like, list out the things that you love about yourself, the things that you're most proud of, but also, some accomplishments and some goals that you want to set for yourself, and start moving towards those things. Okay. Then we have journal. So yeah, spend some, it's a lot of writing here and planning, right? Spend some time like journaling out your feelings, maybe each day or once a week, whenever you have time, right? And even, setting intention for what you want to come in for yourself, right? And do that in the present tense, like, I am a successful business owner, or whatever it is you want to accomplish. You know what I mean? Write that out. Even write it out in story form, right? Using the present tense. And, spend some time, just connecting with how you're feeling and what you want out of life. Okay. Then we have gift. Yeah. So buy yourself a little trinket, a little gift, something that, you've been wanting. But, right, we got 4 of Pentacles here. So be mindful of your money, honey. Okay. You know what I mean? Don't go too lavish. All right. Now, let's get some dog wisdom for you. So what wisdom do you have here for Leo? Oh no, sir. But there's clarity wanting to show itself right under your nose. Okay, but let's see. All right, so we have here empathy. I see and hear you. So I'm going to read from the book for this. So it reads, if you fetch this card, it means you're being called on to more closely attend to another's feelings and thoughts as they share them, dropping any judgment or comparison with your own. It's time to train yourself to listen more closely and catch the underlying scent of someone's essence, what it may be like for them as they run, walk, and roll around in their lives. In order to sit and stay present with empathy, you need not ever have lived that other's life or even shared any of the experiences they've had. Unlike sympathy, you're not even trying to fully imagine and respond to the experience they share. You only need to stand your ground and let whatever emotions and thoughts they bark, growl, or whine about roll over you as you simply gift them with your full presence and witness. It could be the case that they are serving as a mirror for you, showing you how to gift yourself with greater empathy and compassion after your encounter with their pain, struggle, and triumph. But keep the focus on them and allow them the space and time to be fully present for themselves. When being present for another, you can still hold boundaries for yourself that respect both of you by initially specifying the time you have to be with them, thus acknowledging the other responsibilities you need to honor in the balance of your life. In that way, you can prevent codependency, victimization, and abuse as a result of any old unconscious patterns that may be drawing on and draining your energy. And when you're the one needing nurturance, you too can be clear with the other about the best recipe for your own care and feeding. Who in your life could use some of your undivided attention for a moment? Who has tried to get you to listen but couldn't because you were too distracted? Take time to practice empathy by asking that person open-ended questions that go beyond a simple yes or no, giving them the opportunity to think or express out loud without fear of interruption or judgment. So you don't resent the time spent or become a martyr. Be clear with them about what you're there to do, if they wish, and how much time you have to spend. Also ask yourself, where have I gotten stuck in judgment and been unable to think of someone in any other than the most negative way? Without their even being around, you can build more empathy simply by remembering one good thing about them or some pleasant memory you have about your time with them. Okay? And so let's finish this off with a postcard from Spirit. So what's the final message here for Leo? That's too many. Okay, thank you. So we have, Dear you, you are in such good shape right now that we're all doing a happy dance. In this moment, you have the power to make a choice to get with Spirit and co-create a miracle. You may wonder where this is all going, but if you want to manifest your desires for the highest good, you need to stay focused on the now. All power is in the present moment. Ask yourself, what are your dominant thoughts now? What beliefs are you motivated by? Do you have clarity right now? How is your conscious contact with the divine? Are you plugged in, or are you trying to do life all by your small self? Get rid of negative energy now. Resentments be gone. Forgiveness and love enter, please. You can do your life beautifully and create your most powerful future right here, right now, in this moment. Aren't you thrilled to know you have a huge cheering section over here? Love and hugs always. Okay? But that's all I have for you, Leo. I hope this reading helped you in some way. Please let me know down in the comments how it resonated. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I truly appreciate you and hope to see you soon. Peace out.